in authoritarian cults and high control groups, these are led by an antisocial personality, and often what's observed is that the narcissistic and sociopathic traits spread like osmosis from leader to followers. Have you seen that in the LDS Church? Is it a thing?
Constant. It's a major theme. And how that works, Matt, is they elevate those who are the most controlled, the most successful in business, and who outwardly, aren't doing the things that guys like me are doing. So, but those guys, they are probably the most duplicitous and the most predatory, but they have learned to disguise it well. So when those leaders are walking about you in the stake and at the highest level, and you look at them, you want to be like them. So you start to speak like them, and they're sing song lilt at the general conference, and you see other guys get up and try to and dress like that and look like them. You don't see this in the hierarchy. You'll never see this in the leadership, right? So you start to relate to how they act and present themselves.
How much do we know about the LDS senior leadership and how they interact with their subordinates? Are there reports of narcissistic and abusive behavior from the top down?
Well, you know that in 2006, I started a ministry, television ministry. And in that ministry, we had many people come to us with stories. Now, they're hearsay because I never was witness to any of them. But they would say, I am telling you, I was there. And then also, and so they would report this approach to life that was just ruthless. In Thomas Monson, he walked in the Joseph Smith building when it wasn't completed yet. These guys are laboring to meet their deadline, and he yelled, heads are gonna roll. And I hear that and I'm thinking, he's the president or prophet of the church. I knew a pharmacist used to fill his prescriptions. He was a complete ass to the lower level. Where's my why am I waiting? He's so entitled. I've heard many reports of the upper leaders from the apostles' first presidency just being outright dicks. Just interpersonal dicks and wanting order. I met the secretary of the first presidency who's since left, and she talked about the conditions of work at the highest level of the church, and it was everything, the way she said it was, had to be perfect. And that is just unconscionable in this world.
So mostly psychological abuse, humiliation, shame.
There's stories of sexual stuff. I don't know the truth of them. But all of it is psychological. None of it is physical like you might find in Scientology or something. There's no hitting or any of that. But there is psychological warfare going on constantly from the top all the way down to their bishops and stake presidents who have bought into it.
Why is there no physical abuse?
They're too smart.
They're
too smart, man. They operate by great cunning. And they know how to not get caught. So I think it's one of the most one of the most insidious expressions of religion, because they are so smart, they're so legally minded, and they know what they can and can't do to protect themselves. You'll never see one hitting somebody else. Darn it.